So how y'all doing out there? How's my 2020 survivors today? Yeah, this is Shahida Isofine. Back again, y'all. Yeah, I'm back again. I hope y'all been good and staying out the way. So today I'm gonna come at come at you with another topic. I'm gonna talk about catfishing. So if you think you're being catfished, or you think you may know someone that's being catfished, I'm here to tell you the scoop on it. So, if you or someone you know or suspect that someone you're talking to online is not in fact who they say they are, you could be a victim of catfishing. So it's important to know what catfishing is and to know how to identify the warning signs so that you can protect yourself against these online predators. So, catfishing is the act of creating a false identity in order to lure people into a relationship online. Catfish is the act of creating false identity in order to lure people into relationships online. And I imagine that there's a lot of that going on now with so many people staying in the house more, and more people are more vulnerable. They want someone to talk to. They want to hear them sweet words in their ears, and so it's a lot of even more this catfishing going on. It's been going on for quite some time, but it's a very serious. It can become very serious and dangerous. So the catfish refers to the predator who creates the false identity. So catfishing is very abusive and very deceptive. So this practice was widely brought to light in Nev Schumann's 2010 documentary, which was called Catfish. So the phenomenon shows no signs of slowing down. If anything, it's went on the increase, what was going on now in this world. So today there's a whole television show based on the idea, and the practice is featured in movie plots, and celebrities have even shared personal experiences of being catfished. And like I said, y'all, it is more and more of it going on now because so many people are being in the house, and so many people are alone in the house, and they want to hear people's to whisper sweet nothings in their ear and tell them how much they love them, and it's basically becoming engaged over social media and talking about marriage to people that you're never going to see. It's all a facade. So why do people catfish? Now the reasons are never good. Some catfish are lonely and want a relationship with someone that they don't believe they could have in real life. Some catfish are out to troll or harass their victims. Other catfish wants to scam money from their victims. And that's a big one right there. They're out to scam you. Or the catfishing is the first step in a plan to kidnap or physically abuse you. They have to gain your confidence in order to get your money, or if they're planning on kidnapping you or whatever. But they have to gain that confidence. So, whatever the case, you don't want to find yourself a victim of catfishing. If you suspect you're talking to a catfish online, you'll want to cut ties with them as quickly as possible because they're not going to mean you any good. They're not true to all these things that they're telling you. And they don't even look like the people that you think they are. They're not the person that they look like on these social medias. They steal identity. They Photoshop. So here we've gathered 9 signs that indicate you're being catfished, complete with an insights from the former catfish victim. So, because it's a good idea to know the warning signs, this way you know if you or someone you know is being involved with a catfisher. Now, number 1 is that they will never pick up a phone call if you try to call them. Now, I'm going to give you an example of that one. So, this is someone saying that they had an experience of catfishing experience when they were a teenager. And he said, I role played on the blogging site Xanga, 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 through the online community, and I purposely met a 20-year-old man named Corey from Long Island. These were the days before smartphones, so he gave me his number to text all day. And on his birthday, I tried to call him to surprise him with a birthday message, but he never answered. The voicemail message was generic, which prompted me to start questioning if he was a real person. So eventually I found out an older woman from Michigan had been faking an identity and interacting with several teenage girls in the online community as well. So did y'all hear that? So, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Y'all know I'm always having problems with this stuff, don't y'all? Ooh, yeah. So, y'all gotta forgive me. But they don't have, number 2, they don't have many followers or friends online. And here's another example. In 7th grade, Elena Leary, now 24, created fake MySpace and AIM accounts to flirt with a guy who was particularly mean and toyed with the emotions of her best friend. She used her real first name, but not real photos of herself. So also the facade lasted only 2 weeks. It taught her how to spot a catfisher in the act, especially since she had made several friends online who she knows in real life. So the MySpace account didn't have many friends. So that's one sign to look out for if you're being catfished on social media, she explained. So the account was new, and I didn't bother to find ways to get a bunch of real friends on there. So Leary suggests that someone on multiple platforms beyond a dating app, such as Instagram and Twitter, is easier to verify because you can see how legitimate or illegitimate a following they have. So, y'all gotta keep that in mind. Now, also, number 3, their story doesn't add up. Caitlin Burns, 35, was catfished on OkCupid by an attractive man who shared her same interests. Now, typically, she's very distrustful in these situations, but this time dove right in. The first red flag involved the details on his job. So, it went on to say in this email, catfish, meet someone online who's clearly too good to be true. Now that's a red sign right there. You know what I'm saying? They say all the good things about themselves. They say They look the best on their so-called photo of themselves, which most times is not them. They have the best of jobs or the most of money. They just say they have good careers. So, you just never know. Hold on. So, number 4. Hold up, y'all. I'm always having problems, so this is nothing new. If you love me, you'll understand. So like I said before, they use someone else's photos. But if you're unsure whether a person is who they say they are, you conduct a Google reverse image search. A Google reverse image search. And it's based on the photos that they're using. And if you find out the photos are linked to someone else's profile, you've likely exposed this person's lie. So it's good to, before you start dishing out your information to people and sending them money and all this kind of stuff, check out and try to find out who they really are or who they're portraying to be. So everything that's felt too good to be true, Burns stressed that the confirmation came when I did a reverse Google image search on his picture and found a different guy's Facebook account, she said. His only public post on the account was, "My account was hacked again." So you don't listen to all these little red flags, y'all. Especially as the one every time they promise to meet up with you. And then when the time comes, they use another excuse. So, and then it gets to the point where they ask for money and they're reluctant to meet in real life or even in a video chat. They don't want to never meet up with you. So they always come up with an excuse why. But then they know how to ask you for money. That's number 7. They asking for money, either to borrow or they use excuses. They can't come to see you because they don't have transportation. They ask you for a loan or even a gift. Now that's a big warning sign. So you should never send money to someone you never met up with, no matter how small the amount is, because it'll start out as a small amount, and that amount will get bigger and bigger. People have lost thousands and hundreds and thousands of dollars and more to these people that catfish because they know how to get you. They know how to tell you things you don't want to hear. That you want to hear. They tell you that they love you. Next thing you know, you become engaged online. And then they talk about marriage. They talk about meeting up with you, but they need money, 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 but they never see you. So don't be afraid to trust your intuition. If something about your new online pal seems off, pay attention to that feeling and look at the signs. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So, if it doesn't feel right, it must not be right. And 9 times out of 10, you're being catfished. Why would you want to send, especially your money or any of your information, to a person that you've never seen, even if it was the real photo of a person? Don't get fooled because we're lonely. Don't get fooled because you want someone to love. Don't get fooled because there's no one there. You get into these people and you actually lay down and you dream of them and You think about the relationship you're going to have with this person one day and getting married and all these good things that they whispered in your ear, but think about the fact that you're asking for money, but you're supposed to have their own money. They claim their money is tied up in whichever way, or they just lost their job. But most of the time they try to build themselves up to be something that they're not. And they're using other people's information. But they're playing these games with you because either it's financial gain, or, like I said, they're trying to kidnap or even kill you. So they're trying to find out where you are. Or they just want your information so it could be used in scams. Or because some people just have low self-esteem. They don't think they're pretty. They may think they're too fat or too skinny, so they're still people's identity and get on social media. If you ever notice, these people always look their best. They're always pretty or beautiful. Nice hair. Good teeth. So I just thought I'd bring this information on to y'all because I know it's true. I know it's happening out there. It's never happened to me. That's one thing that's never happened to me because ain't nobody getting my money like that I don't know, haven't seen. They never came and met me. So, no. I just want to help somebody. Sometimes if you could just help one person in this world, maybe they can pass it on, their goodness to the next person, even if you can't do it for a second.